Now I'd like to turn your attention to one of the main reasons why we are here tonight, and that is to present our Beacon of Democracy Award. This year, I am proud to posthumously award our Beacon of Democracy to the late, great Secretary Norman Y. Mineta. He was a trailblazer, a dedicated and outstanding public servant, a caring mentor, and friend to many of us in the API political and advocacy space. Many of us in this room were personally touched by Secretary Mineta's inspirational capacity to encourage and nurture people to serve and make a positive impact for our communities. The role he played in building the political ecosystem for APIs so that we may effectively build our political power cannot be overstated. KPAC, the Congressional APA Caucus, APEX, APIAVote, and NCAPA. These are just 4 examples of how now established institutions that Secretary Mineta helped build, inspire, and grow in the early years. We at APIAVote are grateful for his guidance. That's why in 2006, we launched the Norman Y. Mineta Leadership Institute in honor of the Secretary Mineta's lifetime achievements in exemplifying and promoting civic participation and public service. Through NIMLY, we have trained hundreds of thousands of community leaders and volunteers in over 50 cities and states across our country in how to successfully engage API communities on getting out the count for census participation, getting out the vote, redistricting, and other civic duties. APIAVote's award this evening is a way for us to keep his legacy alive and encourage those who knew him to do as he did. Lead by example and use your accomplishments to empower others to do the same. Secretary Mineta also made it a point to spend time with our young APIs, recognizing their potential in shaping our future through our summer receptions and fireside chats he attended. He got to inspire hundreds of API interns, and today we are pleased to have one of them here today to explain in just 1 minute, to explain their memory of meeting Secretary Mineta at APIAVote's annual summer reception and the lasting impact he had on them. Please welcome Karim Farishta, Director of Intergovernmental Affairs, Office of the Secretary of Defense for Legislative Affairs.
Thank you so much, Christine, and good evening, everyone. My name is Karim Farishta, and I serve as the Director of Intergovernmental Affairs at the Pentagon. And it is truly an honor and privilege to commemorate the life of the late, great Secretary Mineta. I also want to note that 81 years ago today, the attacks on Pearl Harbor took place. And soon after that, we remember EO 9066 as it led to the internment of Japanese Americans. As Secretary Mineta endured prejudice and systemic racism, he took every opportunity, instead of turning bitter, to turn towards public service. And that's exactly why we are here today. I had the opportunity to meet the late, great Secretary Mineta as an intern. And one of the things that I remember when I met him was not the moment that I met him, but the impact that he had on me long before that had happened. Because on 9/11, he was in the Oval Office with President Bush, reminding the president then to protect our Muslim American communities. And when I met Secretary Mineta, he talked about the importance of public service and building a pipeline of public servant leaders. So as I think about him today and reflect on my time meeting him, I think about how he has inspired me to join the board of the Conference on Asian Pacific American Leadership, CAPAL, joining the founding team of the Asian American Foundation, and really remembering that as we think about his life, it's important for all of us to take the beacon of responsibility to continue to change this country for the better. And with that, I want to share my debt of gratitude as I continue to live in the legacy that he's built for us, and I know all of us will continue to make this country a better place. Thank you.